Best of R / Tales from Tech Support episode 141. Subscribe for edit videos daily. Sorta mature tech support. Cast, me BB, Brainfat brother. Sorry for grammar and spelling, I'm not that good at English. And sorry for formatting, I'm on mobile. So, basically my brother has one last project for school this year. First year towards his medical degree. He has this problem with his laptop. And since I am quite good with PCs, he asked me for help and the following happened. Me. So, what is wrong? BB. I accidentally deleted this file that contained almost all of my project. Me. Is it not just in the trash bin? BB. See, that's the problem. The trash bin is gone. Me. What do you mean the trash bin is gone? So here I just do a quick Google search on how to get your trash bin back. Apparently you can disable it. Me. Could you please let me on the PC for a moment so I can get the trash bin back? BB. Yeah, sure. I look in the settings and see it was actually enabled, so I decide it is very unlikely that it is actually gone, so I take another look at his desktop, and lo and behold, the file isn't there. Me. Het BB, look, I found it, it is literally right there. BB. Dang. Thanks man. So, turns out this dude just spent almost an hour looking for his trash bin, and it was just there all the time. TLDR, my brother spent an hour looking for his trash bin and probably glanced right past it like 10 times. Edit, spelling. Thank you, next. Needless to say, this is proving to be a long day. This played out over the course of 50 minutes. The whole process takes less than 5, even for a client who encounters the issue here. And I usually only have to send them the template for resolving it. It was a chat contact. This shall be my internal plight. Me is me, him is the client. Caps lock is for placeholders to anonymize things. It has been simplified and a bit cut down due to translation and field-specific language, but imagine that he had basically every detail wrong. It also arrived 5 minutes before I would have left on a break. Standard introductions from both of us. Him. I would like to add new thing to my company. I was told that I can do this on site. Me. Indeed, on site. Under the company tab. After logging in. Him. I clicked on send. But it says I need to add at least one electronic notification address. Nothing has happened ever since. Me. Yes. You need to go back to notification data step. Click on this button. Then add new. And save. You need not actually fill out anything. Him. Okay, hopefully it will work. Me. After several minutes, was it successful? Him. I logged in, but I do not see the notification data step. Me. Please click on back from the final step, until you see it. Him. I am in wrong place. Me. Then please click on thing, and choose thing. It will be one of the first steps. Him. Am I supposed to be elsewhere? Me. Please follow the steps above. Him. I am in right thing. My data, and the only thing I see is the next button. Me. One of the steps will be the notification data. It will literally not let you miss it. Just click next until you see it. Him. Is it not supposed to write it on my personal data? Me. Is he actually on other page that has nothing to do with this? Are you on wrong page right now, by any chance? Him. I am at right place, and there is no email address here. Me. No one even said anything about an email. Yes, just click next. Him. The next page only has thing and thing as well. Me. My descent into madness starts around here, and only gets worse. The form has more than 2 pages. Please hit next again. You can see on the top what page you are on, and which one you need. Him. It says still on same page. Me. Hit next. Him. Now I am at notification data. Me. Please click on this, then new address. And save. You need not actually type in anything. Him. So, I do not have to give anything? Me. No. Please just follow the above steps. Him. Alright, I am now on next page. Me. I see. Can I help you with anything else? You can tell. I really wanted to escape already. Him. So should I choose thing that would send him back to step 1 and is not even part of the form from above? No. Why would you even think that? Me. No, that would restart the process. Please keep hitting next and then hand in the form. Him. So should I add in the new things here that I wanted to do this for? You should not be allowed to vote. Me. Yes. Yes, you should do the thing you came here to do. Paraphrased. Him. And should I click the modify button? Me. Yes. Then keep hitting next and hand it in. Yes. Press the button that actually does the change. Him. It asks me to accept a legal thing. Me. Yes. You have to state that you are legally allowed to do what you do. Him. It shows my new thing. So next. Me. Yes. Him. It says I am done with filling out the form and I can hand it in. I got here yesterday as well, but then it did not let me hand it in. Me. Now you did the thing that allows you to hand it in, so it will work. Him. It says the same thing as yesterday. Full error id. Me. I had butted the table in half at this point. You did not do what I told you to do. Please keep hitting back, and do the thing. Paraphrased. Me. After several minutes, did you succeed? Him. There is no add new app notification data, only add new address. Me. Are you fucking kidding me? Never mind how absurd that excuse is. I know for a fact that it is not so, but I am not sure which version I would first revoke your breeding license for. Him. Anyway, I will click on add new. Me. Oh, no address there suddenly? Good, then click on thing and save, then hand in the form. Him. See? This is the information I was missing so far. Me. I told you 3 times this exact thing already. Him. So now I have to restart from scratch. Yes? Me. How did you even come to that conclusion? No. You already did the change. Just hit next and hand it in. Him. Formalities after success. This site is really not user friendly, and I should know. I have been teaching IT for years. Me. The site is very simple, but not quite as much as you seem to be. But wait, you do what? Me. Have a nice day, and thank you for contacting us. I hope you swallow a toothpick sideways. Thank you. Next. That's not how the world works. Long time lurker. First time poster. I just encountered 2 of the most clueless users ever and I just had to share. Background. I am working tech support at a medium-sized company and most users are quite nice and helpful in solving their problems, but some just seem to have no idea how the world works. I met the same kind of stupid twice the last days, so this story consists of 2 parts. Part 1. My program is gone. A nice lady asked me to install the program for her, as she can't do it herself, because our users don't have admin privileges on their machines. I gladly helped her. It's done in less than 5 minutes. Next day she calls me, upset, and tells me the program is gone. When I try to remote to her machine, it turns out she is using a colleague's notebook and login. So, the program is not there because it is a completely different device. Part 2. My phone is not ringing. We are not using normal phones, but a software to call and answer calls from your computer. Works pretty well so far, until this user contacted me and told me the following. When he gets a call, it doesn't ring. He just gets a notification, no audio. So I tried the obvious things first. Does Windows have the correct audio device selected? Is the audio device turned on? Are the software settings correct? I just couldn't find the problem. It took me longer than I like to admit to figure that the user simply isn't using his headset. Like, it's on his desk. He just couldn't be bothered to wear it and only uses it after answering a call. I'm still baffled. Just how do these people think that stuff works? Black magic? Also, English is not my first language, so feel free to correct any errors and typos. Edit. Typo. Thank you. Next. In which a user's monitor is not working. I am relatively new to the IT industry, and work as a service coordinator at a small MSP. I don't typically work tickets, but I do try to ask the easy questions and walk users through little things if I think it can be handled in 5-10 minutes. This morning I got a call from a user having issues with setting up a monitor. She had been working remotely and needed a second monitor, so she picked one up from the office and was having issues getting it to work at home. Her first issue was finding a cord to connect the monitor to her laptop, but thankfully she was able to track one down. That is where our conversation picks up. User, I found a cord for my monitor, but when I plug it in both screens go black. Me, okay, what kind of cord is it? User, describes an analog cord. Me, you probably just need to change the input on your monitor. Do you see any buttons on the side of your monitor? User, no. Me, what about on the bottom? User, yes. Proceeds to describe said buttons. Me, great. Please press the menu button for me. User, nothing is happening. Me, is the monitor turned on? User, how would I know if it's on or not? Me, when you press the power button, does the light turn on or off? User, me, is the power cord plugged into the wall? User, I need a power cord. Once the cord in question was retrieved from the office, we were able to get her monitors set up the way she liked them without issue. Thank you. Next. Serious issue Sunday. So, Sunday morning at 10 AM as I'm getting ready to head out for a day at the nearby lake, my phone dings. Subject, serious issue. I was near my work computer, sat down, started to call the user, and I read the ticket the computer had blue screened. The user had tried to shut it down for the weekend, but I guess it blue screened in the process. Crap, this could have waited. By the time I read the ticket all the way through, the user answered. Me, mustering up my, I'm not mad at you, sent this in on a Sunday voice. Hi there, user. Oh, hi. I was not expecting you to call me today. Me, internal sigh, not a big deal. Have you tried to hard reset it yet? User, what's that? Thinking to myself, this is why you get paid. This is why you get paid. Press the power button until the light turns off, and press it again to power it back on. User, oh, it is powering up now, and I can sign in. Thank you for the call. Me, no problem. Have a nice Sunday. All well. It was 5 minutes on a Sunday. That means 5 minutes I can use to create a Reddit post on Monday, right? Thank you. Next. Congratulations. You are now IT/tech support. So let me preface this story by explaining that I am a speech-language pathologist. A lot is involved in my line of work, so I won't go into much detail, but I will say that I work primarily with kids who have various speech and language disorders. I am not IT or tech support at all. You might be wondering why I am in this subreddit then, and that would be a very good question. I have been trying to figure that out myself, and if there was a starting point, it would be sometime in summer 1 year ago. I had been volunteering at my job before officially being hired, and during that time, my colleagues realized that I was decent at using Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, etc. They soon started coming to me for answers about small issues they were having when working on assignments, like having awkward spacing because they would keep using the spacebar instead of the tab key to indent. By the time I was a full-time employee, I had found myself teaching them many things about Microsoft Office among other things. Then, the pandemic happened this year and we were forced to work from home. This meant we had to use video/audio conferencing tools like Zoom. Problem was, we were not that well funded in general, so we had very little help from work with getting this done. I received a call from my supervisor that went something like this. Supervisor, good morning Ms. OP, I hope you are well. I need your help. I need you to create a Zoom account and help us set up a video conference for our team at a time. I will message you later today. Me, oh, okay mom. I'll have to take some time to read up on it and see how it works. Supervisor, I'm not worried at all. I know you can figure this out. You're tetchy like that. I'll message you again later. Thank you. Luckily for her, I had created an account already because my church was using the platform. Still, I had to learn how to set up a call. Reading up on it, I realized it was simple enough to do. The struggle came with getting my colleagues in the call. I sent messages in our group chat followed by voice messages. Some were still confused, so I went out of my way to record a video and upload it so that they could watch how to 1. Get to the website, 2. Create an account, 3. Login, and 4. Join a call. This is how the conversation went in a nutshell. Supervisor, good afternoon. I saw your video, but I still could use your help in case I've forgotten anything. Me, no problem mom. Supervisor, thank you. Now, how do I get onto Zoom again? Me, just type zoom.com in the address bar. Supervisor, aha, and how do I create an account again? Me, Wondering if you really read/listened to any of my messages, or watched the video. Look for the orange button in the top right corner with the word sign up. It's free in white font. Supervisor. A few minutes later, it says that an account is already associated with this email address. Me. Sounds like you had already signed up earlier. Supervisor. I did after watching your video. Me. Wondering why she didn't tell me this from the get-go. Oh. Then, you don't need to click on sign up. You need to click on sign in. The words are in blue and are next to the sign up button. This conversation continued with questions on how to join the call and then how to invite people to the call. Guys, it took my supervisor over 45 minutes to invite 3 other people to the call, and when she did, I then had to show them how to create accounts and log in too. At the time, I only had the free version, so the call timed out and I had to get everyone back into the call again. Cue another 45 minutes trying to get them to remember what I literally just taught them, even though all they had to do was click on a link sent to their inboxes. In short, what was supposed to be a 40-minute long meeting took like 3 hours. I wish I could say that was the end of it, but oh number. The level of support I gave progressed to church as well. I started hosting Sabbath school classes, which was fine, and learned that the 40 minutes I received on the free account simply wouldn't cut it. So, I ended up paying for it. A good investment in the long run, but I was definitely annoyed at the time. My boyfriend joked that I was becoming tech support for my team. Soon, I started inviting our Sabbath school teachers so that they could teach lessons at their designated times. But many of them were older and intimidated by the new technology. Here came OP to the rescue, calling them over the phone to walk them through joining a call and sharing their screen. One lady couldn't get her audio or video to work at all on her phone and I figured out that the camera and mic were not being allowed access on her device. OP to the rescue yet again, calling the husband's phone so that I could walk his wife through how to allow the camera and mic access on the app on her phone. I have learned how to ask people which device they were using, whether they were using Wi-Fi or Ethernet cable. Always recommended Ethernet when I heard they had one cause our internet quality isn't the best in our country. Not the USB TW, and if they had documents they needed to share. I learned how to disable annotation tools when kids learned how to doodle on screens while teachers were trying to teach. I even started recording the lessons and uploading them to YouTube for church members to watch at a later time if they wanted to. My life these last few months has basically become Zoom. Guys, I am zoomed out. Just earlier this week, I vented to my boyfriend online about a conversation I had with an employee who could not get onto a video conference. Yes, Mom, I understand that you did see the email sent to you this morning, but did you click on the link that allows you to enter the meeting? I had a day where I hosted a series of meetings for literal hours only to return home and have to show my dad how to log into his account and join a call. My boyfriend listened quietly, but his facial expression said it all. So, welcome to IT, babe. How does it feel? And we both laughed because it was so true. Seriously, in the span of a few months, I became this IT/tech support hybrid, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. I am now part of a major committee for our job. Sorry, can't say more than that, and we are going to be meeting for at least the next 2 months. May God help me. Thank you. Next. Bad Architecture, Part 7. The Conclusion. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, Part 6. TL. Doctor, I'm trying to close out audit findings. The audit was written by a conspiracy theorist and there's a pile of vaporware in the center of large client, or as I like to call it, Thursday within. I'm waiting for go-aheads for a few issues, so I'm going to start picking at random from the voluminous report. I start at the beginning and scroll through quickly without reading. No whammies. No whammies. Finding 30. Insecure systems for cloud storage. Seems straightforward. Someone did the usual. World readable blob/bucket. That happens. But not for the author of the report, who riffs for a paragraph about how difficult it is to secure the cloud. I'd like to let them know that useful things are often dangerous. Wait a minute. I can go through this audit report with Ian and pick out the findings worth discussing. I'll be filtering out the crazy. This, of course, is going to require a conversation with Ian. A long one. This will be painful, but I am an organic pain collector trundling towards my eventual destruction. I'm about to go find Ian when I get a meeting request from Harold, the product manager who hired me. I accept without looking. It's for later today, so I don't have to think about it yet. I walk over to Ian's cubicle. He's there, staring at a screen. Me. Hi there, Ian. I've been reading your report and I have a few questions. Can you help me? Ian. Why don't people like me? Smell. It looks like I'm going to have to fix Ian's problems before he fixes mine. Me. Well, you sometimes make it hard to like you. You treat other people like objects. Ian. I don't think Ian wanted my honest opinion. Me. Well, can you help me understand some of these audit findings? I'm looking for context here. Ian puts his headphones on and proceeds to ignore me. Fine. I'm going to do this the hard way. On my way back, I see Arash, the head of the Potemkin village with blockchain project called the Vault. He wants my attention. Great. Arash, hey, bro. Think you can make some progress on some open items? Me. How far are you from Goldiv? Arash. Well, that's why you're here. We need to resolve some security issues. The senior vice president wants to show the Vault off. I lean in and whisper, I doubt it. From that demo, there's very little behind the scenes. Arash, looking shocked, no, number. There's a lot of engineering you didn't see. Me, look, I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I'm happy you found something to do with Ian so he doesn't get in trouble. Someday I'd like that option. Arash, but I'd like to have you on this project so we can make it work. Me, you think more of my skills than I do. I get it. Lots of people want to put blockchain on their resume and leave before it blows up or gets cancelled. You're playing a more complicated game for bigger stakes. Let me be a simple gumshoe and I'll ignore comings and goings around the reservoir. Arash looks puzzled. Perhaps he's not a Roman Polanski fan. Me, I'll talk to Harold. Tell him it's not a good fit and we go our separate ways. If not, I'll draft a report like Ian about how your project is expensive vaporware. Arash puts up his hands. I stop talking and walk back to my cubicle. I manage to check the configurations on the cloud storage referenced in Finding 30 and note that they've been resolved. Another one off the list. I spend more time building a tracking spreadsheet for my findings and recommendations. It's time for my meeting with Harold, so I make my way to his office. Before we get going, he conferences in $Trusted Recruiter, who got me this contract gig in the first place. Now I'm suspicious. Harold, thanks for taking the time to meet with me. I have some concerns about this project. Me, oh, Harold, I think you're focusing on the wrong things. Your plan to disable systems to find their owners has political effects. Me, in the absence of a good inventory list, that's all you have. Harold, and you think that's the most pressing issue? Me, it's a concern. Abandoned systems don't get patched or monitored. Since they're on your networks, you trust them. Harold, getting impatient, and yet you don't think the Vault is more important? Me, I don't see the Vault fixing that problem in a reasonable time frame. You have some things to cross off while you're waiting. Harold, I disagree. I think it's time to reevaluate this relationship. We'll offer you 2 weeks pay and you can afford today. $Trusted Recruiter, that's more than fair. Me, I agree. I'll drop off my equipment and be on my way. Harold, thank you for taking this like an adult. It's good to know you're professional. I smile at the odd compliment and walk out, somewhat relieved. At my cubicle, I shove my personal laptop into my shoulder bag. I put on my leather jacket and bag and carry my helmet and the large client nylon laptop bag, empty towards the equipment depot in the basement. I'm debating between explaining why the bag is empty or just dropping it off and running. Luckily in the mess down there, I notice a pile of old equipment against one of the scabby doom-colored cubicle walls. There are a few obsolete Dell Inspirons with the stupid media controls below the trackpad buttons. I shove one into the laptop bag and wait in line as LC employees and contractors pick up or drop off equipment. There is a chipper young man at the counter who takes my bag after looking at my id. He opens the bag, finds the old, surplus Dell and nods appreciatively. Chipper, wow, you must have had this a long time. Me, it's always worked for me. Chipper smiles and puts the bag on the beaten up library cart. I kept the ad from LC as a trophy. I did have to buy a few rounds of drinks to explain to $trusted recruiter that it wasn't really anybody's fault. Occasionally LCHR will email or call, offering full-time roles. I turned them down. They never did roll the vault, but Arash did find himself a new job. Ian's freelancing now. When I see him at conferences, I pull off the "we're hiring" ribbon on my badge. Forget it, Jake. This is IT freelancing.